Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Children of the Night, 1991. This is going to be another Karen Black flick. The only one I have left really that isn't on my safe queue is House of a Thousand Corpses Long Wait. Number one on my queue right now. Just kind of languishing there. Kind of like all my unavailable DVDs. It's kind of similar, but it's just kind of stuck there. Like I had was Johnny Legend's movie stuck on there for the longest time. I just gave up and I got a different version of the DVD. And House of 1,000 Corpses is an R-rated version and not the uncut version anyway, so it doubly sucks in that respect. So there's that, and I'm gonna start watching some Shannon Tweed movies, I guess. I've got one already that I haven't seen yet, but maybe I'll get around to watching it tonight, or early this morning, I should say, before I start dozing off on my graveyard valet parking gig. I'm working 20 hours straight tomorrow morning, so basically this is Karen Black plays a vampire. It's kind of lame, like the David Carradine vampire movie. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars for the explosions and the gore effects. It is a Fangoria film, so gorehounds won't be disappointed by this one. It's kind of a lot of special effects. I couldn't understand what was going on with the cocoon thing that Karen Black was doing. That part didn't make any sense. So it's about this vampire dude who pretends that he's a priest, but he's really a vampire. And the census taker is also in this. He floods the church basement at an abandoned church, and with the vampire and a bunch of kids that he controlled somehow. I couldn't quite understand that part either. And so a couple girls go into the crypt. One of the girls' crucifix necklace falls into the water, turns blue, and then the vampire wakes up. He attacks the girl and in front of her friend, and then we don't know what's going on. The choppy editing does this movie some disservice. As I said, I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars for the visual effects, the explosions, and not necessarily gore, but the practical effects, I guess you could call it. We're talking 1991 here. Fangoria magazine. So it's tailored towards that crowd. And so there's some mullet-haired guy who's in it. Never seen him before. The only 2 faces I could recognize really were Karen Black and the census taker. So he kind of becomes friends with the girl. She's underage though. I don't know what he's doing, messing around with the minor, and so they go on a vampire hunt with the census taker, who's also a drunk Bible thumper guy. Um, and Karen Black turns into a vampire. She's the girl's mother. We don't know how, but apparently she, after that choppy editing scene, she showed up with the two girls and she became a vampire. They sort of tell you later on, but um, we don't actually see it happen. So again, you're kind of relying on the people later on in the film to tell you the story of all the scenes that got cut from from the movie to pare down to an hour and a half. Um, there are a bunch of vampire trailers on this DVD, and there's Bram Stoker's Dracula and a couple of other films, John Carpenter vampire film, and The Forsaken, which I've never heard of. So that's the extent of the bonus features on the DVD. I guess I'm done watching Karen Black until they figure out when they're going to send me House of 1,000 Corpses. And I'll start going into Shannon Tweed now. And I better get going because I got to get breakfast in my tummy before I go to work. So not a great flick. Could have been better. I think it gets a really low 4.1 rating on IMDb out of 10. I'm giving it a more generous 3 out of 5 rating. I just thought it was really, the acting was pretty bad. Even Karen Black and the census taker could save this movie. The census taker tried to be goofy, and same with Karen Black, but didn't really work. So the dialogue was boring, and yeah, not a great flick. The only thing it had going for it was the visuals, really, which didn't make any sense either. That whole cocoon process that Karen Black was going through before her daughter put a stake through her heart, and a lot of stakes in this one. The ending scene was pretty good in terms of special effects. I think a little bit cheesy in that department, if you ask me, but pretty decent nonetheless. So anyways, I'm not going to recommend it. I'm not going to say check it out. I'm not going to post the trailer in the description box. Just one of those so-so movies. Definitely better than some of Karen Black's earlier movies, I think, but not by much, I might add. So yeah, I think I've seen most of the Netflix stuff that's available on Karen Black, so I'm going to move on now. And after about 40 or so movies, I'm almost up to my 1,000th upload. I think I have 4 more to go. So I'll let you know when I cross that milestone. And yeah, I better get going, get ready for work. I have no smoothie, so I got to make that. And eat some breakfast, get some breakfast in my tummy, get ready for my 3 jobs. So laters.